I've been wrong.
Christmas is like 47 days. What's 39?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I've been wrong.
I just saw
All right.
it.
Now, guys, real quick there, quiet, let's get to your
My journal's gone. I
I
felt like
noticed
a
that.
failure.
Sit down and get it to you in just a minute. I found it yesterday. Alright, so first thing here I want to show you real fast. Oops, I gotta unfreeze it. Before I throw up the bell ringer, because we are starting a new topic today, and you guys took the test yesterday. But first thing, real quick, just to kind of show you the results of how you did the test yesterday. Overall, the scores were, for most people, very good. Greatly improved over when you guys took the pre-test. Not surprisingly, we always expect to see bad grades on the pre-test, but it kind of gives, just kind of show it to you guys real fast. Overall, the average grade on the test was like 78%, which is just like all, you know, a high C almost to be average. So there you can kind of see a breakdown of the grades. You guys know what your personal grades were, and you looked at it on Powers. Oh, well, has anybody looked on Powers School yet? Okay. I just got them entered in yesterday after intervention period. But anyway, you can kind of look at this, and basically from here on, this is everybody that passed the test with, well, initially D's, your C's, your B's, and then as you can see, a lot of people got A's. What brought us down, of course, is there were still some people, guys, everybody else, that still are like refusing to try, it almost seems like, okay, and scored those F grades. If you know you're in that category, you maybe need to start thinking about what you're not doing, that you're not being as successful as other people.
Sorry.
Right, so anyway, that's kind of how that was. Again, if you look back at when we did the pre-test, it looked more like that. So definitely a huge improvement where before we had 8 people get B's, 1 person got a C, and 1 person got a B out of all my classes. The class average was a 35%.
Pre-test today?
No, the pre-test like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. And then how it has shifted from being down here to a big chunk of it up here. So you guys did do very well on testing. So most of you, if you get a chance to look at Power School, I just put the grades in for the test yesterday after school. Most of you should see your grades have gone up a pretty good chunk. Now the lab report for the temperature change lab, I don't have all of those graded yet. I've got first and second period graded. Reading all those conclusions.
That's my fault.
Those take a while. Okay. So get your phone turned off. So that's kind of where we sat with those things there. So anyway, that was just sort of, the 2 questions. Like I said, we had several people get 100%. There was a couple of you in this class. Kings, ring on your phone. And we had, several people. We could have had a lot more 100s. We just had 1 or 2. These are people that only missed 1 or 2 questions. Which 2 questions those were kind of showed up pretty obviously. So let me jump down to them here real fast. I know you guys can't read the small print up here, but now if I can find it. There was one of them. This one almost didn't surprise me because this was also the most missed question on the pre-test, and we stayed with it. So, which of the following is a common sign that a chemical change has occurred? Okay. Now, of your 4 choices, the correct answer, which 60% of you, which isn't high enough, is that a chemical has turned a different color. So, is color change a chemical process? Yes, it is. Now, the most marked wrong answer was this one here. Can anybody guess what the most missed wrong answer was about identifying the chemical change? No, but you guess. State of matter is that same question. We still have too many people, better than it was on the pre-test, but we still have a chunk of people that are still thinking solid, liquid, and gas is a chemical process. It is not, okay, because you can easily reverse it by just simply changing temperature. Okay. So, just kind of reemphasize that. These kind of questions will show up later on throughout the year. Maybe not, we're not going to have a retake on this test, because overall your scores were good. And the one other one, see if I can, where was it? No, that one I do. There it is right there. see, we have another one where we had a big bar where people had a marked wrong answer. Okay, this one, a copper penny is added to a clear acidic solution. A white and green layer forms on the surface of the surface of the penny. So kind of pause right there. What kind of reaction is that if you're having the copper start to turn green? Is that chemical or physical? That's chemical. We kind of mentioned tarnishing. Okay, that's what's happening. And then there's part two. The acid solution changes color. Is that physical or chemical?